I love Hollow Knight. This game has been talked about 50,000 times, but I don't care. It's my turn now. Hollow Knight is a 2D side-scrolling Metroidvania. Now, a lot of these videos would like explain what a Metroidvania is, but that's so boring, so slow it down if you must. Okay. Got it. Good. Something I think sets Hollow Knight apart is its beautiful art style. Look! Isn't he just the cutest little dude you've ever seen? All of the characters' drawings set them apart, from the cheerful but off-putting Mila to the bored and lonely Zelda. Each character is given life through their art. All of the areas have a gorgeous art style that is specific to them. From the bright and vibrant purples and pinks of Crystal Peaks to the moody and out-of-spirit grays in the Forgotten Crossroads, and the dusty, rundown Dirtmouth, which feels very dead and abandoned at the start of the game, which only makes it feel better once you start rescuing those from underground and they begin to liven up the previously ghost town. The art style in the game gives you an idea of how each area is going to be, while also just being very pretty to look at. For the writing in the game, look, I've never really been one to look into lore on these types of games, but watching theory videos and everything, it seems like there's a lot of lore. I don't care though, because I'm here for the adrenaline. The bosses in the game are awesome. They truly have the bosses down. They are all rewarding to learn and master. It goes from weird maggot possessing a dead knight's armor to a frog spellcaster to ninja mantises to a jellyfish, then the literal fucking sun. This game has so much variety. Let's go back to the weird maggot dude. He's the first boss of the game. False Knight is a great introduction to bosses in Hollow Knight. He's big, he's bad, and he's tough for a first playthrough. At first, he's terrifying and overpowering. After hitting him enough, he suddenly falls, and then this big white guy pops out of the mask, and it's silly as hell. It switches the mood of the fight so suddenly, and then he's back to whooping your ass. Moments like this make the world feel extremely charismatic, while also showing how the game is able to take itself incredibly serious for intense moments, but also shows its humor and goofiness. And this is shown to you all within the first boss fight. They do setting the tone masterfully. The game can be peaceful, can be hectic, it can be relaxing, it can be terrifying. It controls the mood so well with its art and its music and its gameplay. All of these come together in a way to perfectly represent what an area is all about. Deep Nest is a huge, terrifying, dark cavern filled with creepy crawlies. The music is eerie and off-putting. The bugs are drawn with unsettling details, and you are pushed through tight rooms where spiders bombard you, and weird little worm dudes pushing through the floor. The whole time I was in Deep Nest, my heart was in my ass. And I love when a game can do that to me. And I've barely even touched on the mechanics of the actual game. The combat is rewarding to learn and is extremely responsive. It also sets a pace for progression beautifully. At the beginning, you're just a dude able to swing your nail, but by the end of the game, you're flying over the sun, blasting him with spells and dodging and weaving through spike attacks with your wings and dash. It's exhilarating, and unlocking the different spells and finding a set of charms that fits you best is fun and incentivizes you to explore Hollow Nest for these upgrades. Now, I mean, I'm always one to explore every nook and cranny in a game. I want to get everything out of it, but I think Hollow Knight can convince those who aren't even so into exploring it to kind of get into Hollow Knight's exploration. I mean, first, you're not really given a full idea of where you're supposed to go, so kind of wandering around is almost the point of the game. But it's also filled to the brim with collectibles that feel really rewarding. You know how some open world games have those collectibles and it's just like, hey, there's like 50 of these things, do it. So you hunt down all 51 Odin Ravens and you get like, I don't know, an achievement and some armor. Well, Hollow Knight has a similar thing, except they're cute little grubs. That's not the only upside. Each grub you collect, you are rewarded by their father with mostly money, but time after time you will get upgrades that you never expected, like health upgrades, materials for upgrading damage, charms, the list goes on. It's a wonderful mechanic that makes the collection of these little guys feel so damn good. They make noises when they're nearby, they're usually on the path towards main objectives, and if you don't really feel like searching, there's a map of them. It's hidden behind a pretty simple boss. So if you're not so into it, it's not a problem. There are a billion reasons that the grub in this game is so much better than most collectibles in games. The music in the game also keeps you engaged and makes you feel like the Hollow Knight. I will definitely be using this soundtrack in the future just because of all the different moods it can capture. It can be kick-ass, and chillaxed, and downright majestic. You know? I loved my time exploring Hollow Nest. From the tight controls to the creative characters and bosses to collecting every little thing I could find. I was always ready to jump into the next area. The developers are also just amazing people all around. They really want to provide us with the best experience possible, and they go beyond that. Hollow Knight had 4 DLCs, adding new bosses, and story, and areas. All 4 of them were free. If you haven't given this game a try, please do. It's so worth your attention, and the developers truly deserve the love that the game gets. Also, if you are seeing this video, maybe give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Maybe if you hated it, you could let me know why in the comments, and subscribe while you're at it. It would be deeply appreciated, and yeah, thank you. Yeah.